Let's move on and look at how we can use the envelope distortion tools with text. And this tool also works with any other selected vectors. So here we're going to, let's just delete this outer boundary, delete the text for a moment. Let's say add some text again, Control V, so vectoric, and apply. So the text has been fitted into our 2D view. We'll make it bold. So we've got bold font there, and close. Let's just select the text. We can say select, use the envelope distortion tools, and we can say distort the bounding box here. So we could say apply, and we can very easily just click and drag to make the text look as if it's got some sort of perspective being applied, or make it look as if the text is moving away from us. So very quick to just click and drag. We can also change these outer boundary curves. So we could place the cursor over a boundary, and we can use the right hand mouse button and say convert this to a Bezier curve. When it's converted to a Bezier curve, we've got some extra control, so we can change the handles, and we can make the text look as if it's sort of leaning over to the right. Very easy to work with. Again, on the bottom curve we could say insert a point, so right hand mouse button, we could say insert a new node or point, and we can pull these lines apart like so. We could do the same on the top. We could say convert this back to a line and insert a point. So insert a point, or press the letter I and just click and drag to change the perspective and change the way that the text appears in the 2D view. So it's great for artistic designs, great for sign making, very quick and easy to use, and you can get some very interesting results. When you finished editing a particular project, we can say bake the distorted object. So if we say bake and close, what we've now got is separate vectors. So we no longer have the text as a font that can edit. It's gone back to, or it's been converted to vector outlines. So these are just separate shapes that we could edit and change the shape of manually. Let's use the edit undo button to go back a few steps. So we can toggle back until we get back to our original font here. So let's go back another step. Escape to come out of envelope distortion mode, and we're now back to the text mode. And to check that, we can literally say click on edit text, and the word vectoric turns up, indicating that we're back as a font. Okay, so we've looked at envelope distortion interactively just by clicking and dragging points around. Another option for the envelope distortion, let's just move this down a little bit, is the ability to fit the text between curves. So we could say, okay, let's draw a rectangle. So we'll draw a very simple rectangle like this. Go to node editing, so node edit, place the cursor over the vertical span and delete. So we're going to delete that span, and we'll press the letter D to delete that span. We can select this drive curve, click and drag, move this point down. Convert this to a Bezier span, so place the cursor over the span, right click, Bezier. Let's make this a curve, so we'll make this a curve like so. Now we can select the text, and it doesn't have to be text, it can be any vectors. Shift and select, sorry, I think we need to do the drive rails first. Shift and select the text, and we can say distort between two curves. Now the software is telling me there that we've got an invalid selection. That's because I selected the curves first. What we need to do is select the text, shift and select drive rail 1, drive rail 2. The software now tells me that the selection is correct. If I say apply, it's automatically fitted the text between those curves. We can now go in and use the editing tool. So although we've fitted the curves, we've still got Bezier control here. So in fact, what I'm going to do is just escape. Let's delete the original lines. So shift and delete. Select the distorted object, and here we've got the option. The software knows it's a a set of vectors that have been envelope distorted, we can say edit the envelope, or we can transform the object. Let's say we want to edit the envelope, and now we can click and we can change the shape of the design interactively to make it look a little bit more pleasing. So let's say we want the vectoric to be like so, and we can drag this around. So we started by fitting the text or the vectors between two curves, but then we've moved on to interactively changing it as we did in the first instance. Again, baking the distortion converts the text to single vector boundaries. Okay, so we've looked at how to use some of the text drawing tools, how to use the letter kerning, and we can also use this tool for arcing or curving text, how to convert text to curves, fitting text around a circle or around, it doesn't have to be a circle, it can be a segment or a line, a curve. And then we've looked at some of the options available using the interactive distortion tool.